to save the day. From kitchens to bathrooms, big or small, give Robbins a call and we'll fix it all. Call a Robin. Tweet, tweet, tweet. Call a Robin. Tweet, tweet, tweet. Call a Robin if you need your plumbing fixed just right.
Hey, I'm Trevor White with Rocky Mountain Restoration.
I am Stephanie Robbins, and I am the CEO and president of Robbins Plumbing.
Thank you for having me on today, Stephanie.
Okay.
The first question that I wanted to ask was some of the challenges that you guys have faced dealing with restoration companies in the Phoenix market. I was curious to know if you're willing to share how those challenges may have negatively impacted your business if you're working with a restoration company that isn't ethical.
Okay, that's a very fair question because you are also in a competitive industry. And there are a lot of people out there who are willing to do it wrong for the right amount of money. Mm-hmm. When I refer, my team does, a restoration company, it's no longer that company's name. It's the company you referred, mm-hmm. your company, the company you said. So when that doesn't work out well because the company that I referred didn't do a stellar job, it affects my reputation in a very competitive market.
Do you have any specific situations where you guys have been working with a restoration company? Don't say any names, but any restoration companies that you have a negative experience with that it impacted your business in like a specific way that you could recall?
I had an honorable client who already had their kitchen torn apart, had a stoppage. That stoppage affected the kitchen because of the dirty arm in that wall. That restoration company went in there and said, I can get you a whole new kitchen for free. I just need you not to say certain things. But their kitchen was there was no cabinets, there was no nothing. They were in the remodel process. But because that restoration company wasn't doing things honorably, and they were also a putback company with a GC side, if you do these things, I'll get you a free kitchen for just your deductible. The client emailed me, thankfully, and said, I'm never going to use you again because you referred this company. Although her email was not what I wanted to read, but those are those things where it's such a big decision when you're gonna refer anyone, right? So we all wonder why our insurance rates are rising and all of these things, and it's because so many people are out there doing not honorable things.
So it sounds like one of the ways you guys were negatively impacted was that customer wasn't willing to do work with you guys ever again after that because the restoration company and the way they showed up and were trying to commit insurance fraud.
Insurance fraud, absolutely. And I've seen that in my 27 years with multiple companies where it's, we can do this, over-promising, under-delivering, and insurance fraud is definitely at the forefront of that.
Being in the restoration space, specifically in Phoenix, one of the number one things that we're focusing on right now as an organization is how do we take restoration from being this guilty by association, negative perspective, as soon as someone sees your name, immediately they slime ball. How do we take that and then bring it back to core values and ethics and make sure customers can feel safe by having restoration companies in their home, making sure that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, which is helping put their home back together.
Something that I insanely love about Rocky Mountain, your guys' investment in equipment and training skills is amazing. It's not about, I'm gonna tear apart your life to get a putback. I wanna, as quickly as possible, put your life back to where it was in that process, because no one wants a flood, right? Whether that's sewer water, domestic water. It's stressful and it's chaotic and it's a whole thing, but the way that Rocky Mountain goes out there, it's about putting it back together as quickly as possible. We don't have to pull out all of your cabinets because we invested in skills and specialty equipment that we can get this dried out if that's possible. You know, it isn't always possible, obviously. We don't know how long the leak's been going on, how old that cabinet was, etc. But that's always your guys' goal. Versus what I experienced, oh, we're gonna get you a free kitchen, versus I'm gonna get your life back together, which was one of the things that I am so innately attracted to as far as Rocky Mountain as a referral partner. We do these things together, is it means that the customer as quickly as possible is gonna get their life back in order. Because it's not buying a Louis Vuitton purse or a vacation, right? What we do is stressful.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate you saying that because we do take a lot of time, money, and energy to put into the pressurized and preserved methods that we've trained all of our guys on.
Yep.
And I'm glad that it's being noticed because our primary focus is to make sure that when we do show up to the customer's house that we are showing up with Robin's Plumbing in mind, that the customer knows that, hey, Robin's Plumbing referred us out to this job. And so just as much as they're a customer, you're a customer to us. And so we want to make sure that we're moving ethically, we're trying to dry things in place, we're not removing things that don't need to get dried out. And I appreciate you being able to pinpoint that specifically because that's been our goal.
You guys are killing it. I love that part about you guys. I think it's awesome.